But Pete doesn't go for a towel. Instead, the man deliberately loosens his grip on the wine bottle, but his wife catches it steadily. This instinctive reaction leaves them both frozen. The next second, his wife suddenly releases her fingers, letting the bottle crash onto the floor.
I got it.
I'll get a towel.
But Pete doesn't go for a towel. Instead, he retrieves a handgun from his study. He can't believe the woman who has slept beside him for 6 years is actually a deadly assassin, just like himself. By now, Julie has already sped away at full throttle, seemingly unwilling to push their relationship to the breaking point. Pete immediately chases out the door. He wants to clear up the misunderstanding face to face, but the moment he vaults over the railing, his gun accidentally goes off. The bullet lands squarely on Julie's windshield. This sends the already hesitant Julie into a complete rage. She slams the gas pedal and rams straight toward Pete, who is still trying to explain. Pete uses his agile reflexes to get inside the car, but the next second, Julie forces herself out of the moving vehicle.
We need to talk!
Early the next morning, when Pete returns home, he discovers that his carefully crafted weapons stash has already been completely looted by his wife. The furious Pete immediately decides to retaliate. He silently infiltrates Julie's company headquarters, only to be trapped by his wife in the elevator on the 70th floor. Through the surveillance feed, Julie tells him either leave this city or be blown to ashes along with the elevator. But Pete knows his wife all too well.
You think I won't?
I think you won't.
Okay. 5, 4. Bye, John.
Julie only meant to scare Pete. She never expected her single subordinate to actually detonate the bomb.
What the hell was that? What? You said goodbye.
The explosion instantly severs the elevator cables, sending it plummeting to the ground at lightning speed. When Julie goes outside to check, the scene is already a complete wreck. She believes her husband has actually been blown up by her own hand, but Pete has long since hacked into the surveillance system. He was simply hiding in the adjacent elevator, playing psychological warfare with his wife. Then he follows his wife to the restaurant where they had their very first date. Julie is still heartbroken over killing Pete with her own hands, when a familiar pair of large hands refills her wine glass. Seeing how ruthless his wife has been toward him, Pete takes the opportunity to propose a divorce. He invites Julie to share one last dance. The two begin accusing each other over their failed marriage, both convinced the other treated their marriage as the perfect cover for their assassin career. After the dance ends, Julie excuses herself to the restroom, then disappears into the crowd. Pete hurries after her, but the moment he steps outside, a deadly ticking sound comes from inside his suit jacket.
You know that you're ticking.
At the critical moment, Pete rips off his coat and shoves it into a mailbox.
Get back! Get back! Get back!
The enraged Pete gently borrows a car from a passerby, then follows his wife's location tracker back home, but he finds Julie already waiting at the door with a rifle. He can only sneak through the back door into the house, then retrieves a backup handgun from his hiding spot, and carefully begins searching every corner. The cautious Pete picks up a mirror to check the stairway blind spot, but the next second, he nearly gets his head blown off by Julie.
You still alive, baby?
Pete pretends to be wounded, then quickly springs up and launches his counterattack. Julie nimbly dodges his attack, then unleashes a barrage of wild gunfire with her shotgun, forcing Pete to scramble for cover. With a diving leap, he crashes into the kitchen. Then he yanks the gas line loose. When Julie fires wildly into the kitchen again, the violent explosion instantly blasts her backward. Before she can even recover, Pete charges out. The two immediately engage in close quarters combat. Pete seems to have the physical advantage for a crushing victory, but neither one can overpower the other. At the critical moment, they both pick up guns from the floor almost simultaneously, but after a long stare, Pete lowers his weapon first. In this moment, they finally realize, despite all the problems in their marriage, they're still in love. They've long since thrown that bullshit organization out of their minds, and just like that, they spend a wonderful night together. Just as they're about to grab something to eat, several smoke grenades suddenly crash through the windows. It turns out both organizations only gave them 48 hours to take out the other. Since neither of them completed the mission, both sides have sent waves of assassins to clean house. By now completely out of ammo and resources, the couple has no choice but to fight their way out. Then they find Pete's colleague Eddie for help, but Eddie suggests they split up and run. That is their only chance of survival. Or they could find Tank, the drug lord that both organizations are hunting. Maybe that could make up for their failure and earn them a pardon. So Julie contacts her former female assistant. With her help, they successfully pinpoint the location where Tank is being held. And so, the couple begins their very first collaboration in their assassin careers.